Hello, everyone. Stephanie Zima here, My Way of Life Coaching, and I apologize today because I am recording this video still being sick, but this just shows you my dedication. You know, I was kind of thinking to myself, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I stick with my scheduled content, launching schedule? Should I do it? Should I not? Should I just say, it's okay if everyone gets sick once in a while? And then I decided, you know what? No. No. It taught me a lesson that I have to pre-record even farther in advance to offset for things like this. But it also shows dedication of showing up when need be, okay? And that's just what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So I decided, here I am with cold and everything. All right, anyway, overcoming the fear of rejection in the cold market is what we are going to talk to you about. And if you are new to me, if you have not ever heard of me, my name is Stephanie Zima. I help online entrepreneurs to get off this emotional roller coaster onto a solid foundation of confidence, courage, and clarity so that they can reach and build the business of their dreams. It takes all being in control of your emotions to be able to apply any of the skills that you are learning. You can learn all you want about how to scale, on social media, or how you make websites, or how you can do X, Y, and Z. You can learn all the skills, but if you are not in control of your emotions, if you're not in control of your past, your paradigm, your feelings, your resistance, if you're not in control of any of that, you are not going to be able to succeed because you are simply not taking the action that is required to build the business. That's what it is, okay? So today, we're going to talk about the rejection and the fear of the rejection in the cold market. If you know me, I love talking cold market. For me, cold market is such an abundance and an amazing thing. And I didn't choose the cold market. It actually chose me. When I first started, I was through my warm market really quickly because I'm from Germany. I did not know a ton of people here personally and from long-term relationships. So there was a lot of strangers that I had to deal with. And so that's how I ended up learning the cold market much faster than other people because, that's that. And so I decided cold market is not as scary. And I started embracing it, and it's so much better. And today I want to teach you how to do it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to shift our mindset. We need to reframe the way we look at rejection. Many people, when they are feeling rejected, when you get a no of some sort, you are feeling personally rejected, right? You are thinking there's something wrong with you. You are thinking that there is something they didn't like about you. But I'm telling you, it has nothing to do about you personally. Most of the time, it is something about them. And even if they're not telling you, it still has something to do with them. There's something in their thoughts that triggers them to say no. It's something about their preferences, about their paradigm. And a paradigm, in case you don't know what a paradigm is the way you believe about yourself, like all this information that you have stored, the right and wrong beliefs, the way how you look at the world, all this data becomes part of a computer system that you have going on in your body, right? And you measure things through this computer system. It's all subconscious until you bring it to the conscious. So you make decisions in split seconds whether or not you like somebody based on some programming that you've had in the past, okay? So when you reach out to somebody, they say maybe no because in their family, let's say, I'm going to just spin this for a second. Maybe in their family, some salesperson has screwed them over really badly. So the kid has heard her whole life, salespeople are bad, salespeople are bad, salespeople are bad, salespeople will take all your money, they're schemers, they are all the time. Now you come to the picture and you're going to reach out to that person and say, hey, would you like to take a look at my theme? And they say, absolutely not, you schemer, get the hell away from me. Sorry, spicy a little bit too. When you look at rejection, you're like, whoa, the energy was hard. but it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with how they perceived a salesperson, okay? To give you a different sample here is, for example, with food. If you are selling steaks to a vegan, they will always say no. It's not because your steak is not great or you're not a good salesperson. It's because they simply don't eat steak. It's just that, okay? So you have to start reframing how you look at rejection and realize that it's not you that is messing this up. Then you need to focus on service. Approaching the cold market with a mindset of helping others is really so much better. If you are out there and constantly just want to take, nobody likes the takers, and especially not the givers that have been abused. They don't like takers at all because they can smell you 50,000 miles against the wind. And they won't go for it, okay? So you have to do a little bit extra. You have to focus on service. How can you service people? Like, how can you do that? How can you before you make a sales approach, you can provide service by commenting and liking on somebody's post. You can show a genuine interest in what they have going on. You can engage with their stories, for example. If you need more information on how to conquer the cold market, make sure you check out my course. It's free. It's on www.walkitfree.com/help. Free online course, Cold Market Mastery. Check that out. Okay. Then you have to adapt a growth perspective. Growth perspective is where you just say, I'm going to start here and it's going to be messy and it's going to be slow and I'm going to just keep going. And slowly but surely, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and I'm going to just grow a little bit bigger. And then you turn the no's into the yeses eventually. It's just going to take a little bit of time, which makes sense in a cold market because people have to know, like, and trust you. Okay, sorry, hang on. Okay, so prepare and practice is the second step. You have to know your value. You really, in a cold market, you have to know your value. If you don't know what you bring to the table, you will not have the confidence to do it. You don't have the confidence. And that's why I think so many people are afraid of the cold market, is because they haven't mastered figuring out their worth. See, if you are a network marketer, an online entrepreneur, in real estate or whatever, you have to have that confidence to be out there and stand for something. Whatever that something is, that's in your brand, that's in your niche, but you have to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, then you stand for nothing and no one is going to buy anything from you, okay? So you have to stand for something. You have to know your value. You have to practice your scripts. You have to have good conversational scripts, or you have to have good conversational skills. Either one works. So either you practice the script that works for you over and over and over and over again. And, again, trial by error. Just like, I cannot even tell you how many scripts I've sent out. And if you're one of the people that gotten a weird script from me, please, sorry. But, you try it. And you try it again, and you try it, and you try it again. And eventually you feel something that will work for you because it feels like you. See, there is no right one script. It's something that feels like you, and you feel comfortable while doing it. And when you feel comfortable while doing it, that's the right script for you. Okay, role playing. You can role play with a mentor, for example, with a friend. With a husband, whatever, with your children, you can do that, and you can just try to play with that, right? But prepare and practice. And when you do that with your kids, for example, or your teenagers, it actually might even prepare them for future job interviews or for future situations. It's never a bad thing. Excuse me. Okay, the third very important part is build resilience. Set realistic expectations. Resilience is something that I would say I'm literally a master in. I cannot even tell you how many times in my life I have been hit by life. I have been hit over and over and over and over again, and I just keep getting up. I'm like the phoenix rising, and I will continue to do that until the day I die. because that's just who I am. That is part of my identity. See, when you want to build a brand, when you want to build a movement, when you want to show up and actually sell something that you're believing in, you have to do that with conviction. You have to do that with conviction that does not get swayed, okay? And that only comes from resilience over and over. So you fail and you get over and you try again, and you fail and you try again, you fail, you try again, and over and over and over again. That's what it is, right? And you have to just, it's like a muscle. You just have to do it over and over again. And I tell you, my tip to not get beaten down is I never allowed that voice in my head to be true. I think that's what it really is. Like, the voice in my head wants to tell me, oh, see, you failed again. You're not good enough. Yep. I told you, you are not meant to do this. You were never meant to do all these things that you are dreaming about. You are just a dreamer. Over and over and over, I hear this voice in my head over and over and over and over. When are you finally getting with it? Can you just get with the program? Over and over and over, I hear that, right? And I just said, hold please. Okay, this did not work. This was another reason why this did not work. Hold please, to that voice in my head. Hold please, while I'm trying something else. I don't allow that voice in my head to be true anymore, okay? I recognize that when I fail because of the thing I'm trying. I never allow the failure to mean anything about me, okay? And it doesn't matter what it is. It gets harder when I fail with my kids. Then the shame and the guilt kind of just really wants to take a toll on me. But I can coach myself out of it all the time and say, hey, listen, kids are very resilient too. And as long as I'm honest and approachable to them, and I can admit my failures, and I can apologize for when I make mistakes, and I can own up to my mistakes, then I think they can forgive me. That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm just a human. I make mistakes, right? So do you. You make mistakes. But yeah, resilience is something that you just practice. You just don't give up, and you don't make it, when you fail, you don't make it mean anything about you. You have to celebrate small wins. And by the way, if you want to know if you have an inner critic, you will probably find that out when you find it hard to celebrate your wins. When you find it hard to talk about all the great things that you've done and accomplished. I'll tell you, I can do a gazillion things and I still will feel guilty of bragging about it or talking about it or telling people about it. I will just do all the things and never say a word about it. And the reason for that is because when you grow up in environments where that's not appreciated, where you are not celebrated, where basically all your endeavors are being talked about as wild, crazy dreams that are never to be accomplished, then you just learn to be very quiet. And when you have environments where you also found it safer to be quieter, you will not say these things. So working through obstacles, and by the way, I'm not blaming anyone, disclaimer here, I'm not blaming anyone. Everyone is working on their own paradigms. I'm not saying anyone is at fault or whatever. It's just what it is, right? And the faster you can understand that whatever excuse you're holding on to is just what it is, the faster you can recover, the faster you can get past it, the faster you can continue to fail forward so that you can win, okay? All right, so celebrate small wins, develop a rejection ritual. So the rejection ritual would be, for example, when I fail, like I just said, and make myself a cup of tea. And then I cry, and then I think to myself, like, this really stinks, and then I'll watch a show of Netflix or 2 or 3, and then I'll start over, okay? I allow myself to process and cry as long as I need to. That does not mean I cry for days, Okay, it's literally probably not more than a night, or maybe, yeah, no, I think it's a day. It's down to a day now. It used to be a lot longer. Now it's down to, I allow myself about a day to grieve about something that didn't work the way how I thought. And then I just keep thinking, okay, what can I do? How can I move? How can I take the next step? But yeah, I take about a day to grieve and process. And you know, I'll tell you, when you allow yourself to grieve your failure, when you allow yourself to cry about it and actually acknowledge it, not only will you process the emotions and let them flow, and you shorten the amount of time that you're going through something, but you're also allowing space for new ideas to come in. So give that a try if you have not done that yet. All right, number 4 would be enhance emotional detachment. Just detach yourself from the outcome. You know, marry the process, detach yourself from the outcome. I'm sure you have heard that maybe before, but that's it. That's really it. If you ask somebody, allow them to say no. Allow them to say no. You know, you have to imagine it this way. If you go into a store, can you imagine you want to buy makeup? Can you imagine the lady will hustle you in the store and will be super mad at you when you said no? Because she's going to be crying and she's going to be in tears and she's going to be like, I mean, crying and tears the same, and she's going to be so upset. That would be completely ridiculous. That would be completely ridiculous behavior. However, somehow you think that's allowable for you. Don't allow yourself to cry over someone's rejection, because you know what? They have the right to go into your store, take a look around, and walk back out because they are not interested, right? When you put it in perspective, it makes so much more sense. When you put it in perspective of real life, somehow when we think social media, it kind of gets distorted. We think everybody's supposed to like us. We think that because there's so many influencers doing all, no, it's just still business, okay? It's still the business of human connections, providing a service, survive, you know, and somebody's having a need for it. And when the need is met, a purchase is being made. That's it, okay? It's just like old times when somebody had grown potatoes and somebody needed potatoes. They made a trade. There you go, right? It's the same thing still. So don't be mad. Don't be upset if somebody says no to you. Just move on, okay? Move on. Find the people that need what you have. Yes, so that's the emotional detachment. Strengthen your skills. Learn about your audience. Learn more about what they need. What are they really looking for? Not for you to sell more, but for you to service more. Okay, why do I do daily videos here like this? You know, I'm not expecting like everyone that watches my videos to purchase something from me. Absolutely not. But I am here to show and show and show and show because someone did that for me. I've been watching YouTube videos. I have learned some stuff, and maybe what I've learned and how I phrase it may be resonating with you. So here is service. Okay, I'm putting out my energy to you, whoever is watching this, so that you can learn. Okay, if you want to dive more deeper into this, make sure you check out that mastery course that is also for free, www.walkitfree.com/help. It's also for free. All of the stuff that I've learned is in there, so check that out. Maybe it's something that will help you too, okay? And if you then decide you want to give me money for coaching, great, you know, then we can maybe have found a need and a service and we can have a sale, and that's it. But before then, make sure you serve, make sure you give, make sure you give. You gotta give, okay? That's it. And in order for you to stick with your abilities and your drive and your motivation, because when you only give and nothing ever comes back, you gotta make sure you have support, okay? Make sure you support yourself, you know, in a healthy way, your healthy lifestyle. Make sure you join a community of some sort. Make sure you have some friends that pour into you. Make sure you have a mentor, anything like that, okay? All right. Focus on the bigger picture. Yep, that's the last last but not least here today, focus on the bigger picture, okay? Remember, you have to have a movement of some sort. You have to have a purpose. You have to have some bigger idea as to what you want to do. And if you don't know what that idea is, you definitely want to get into that mastery course. It's down here, linked below. Or have a free discovery session with me or whatever. Okay. All right. I rambled enough today. So hope that was good information. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Send me an email. Find me on social media. Friend me, like me, share me. Do whatever you need to do. That would be very much appreciated, because my mission is to help as many online entrepreneurs as I possibly can to navigate and conquer the cold market, get in control of their emotions, get in control of their personal development, their habits, their foundation, right? Because there are so many really great mentors out there that are teaching a ton of skills, but none of these skills can be applied if you don't have the foundations. If you do not have foundational skills to be an online entrepreneur, you are not going to make it. And that is a sad, sad truth. And that's why so many fail. But I really want you to win. Okay. So let's get the foundation fixed so we can all move on and level up. Okay. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.